Hey guys, Prospeo just released a ton of new features in lead list building. So this is a whole new way in building lead lists for your sales and marketing efforts. There's a webinar around it on 21st of May. You should definitely attend. You'll find the link to the webinar in the comments. Feel free to register. And in this video, I'm going to give you a very brief glimpse of the really cool features that Prospeo has released. First, how do you find prospects? Just by speaking in plain simple English. So for example, you've got marketing managers in the healthcare industry. You just put that in. Prospeo is analyzing your query. What this means is that instead of manually going and selecting your own filters, you get an initial list that you can later work on by further putting in your own AI filters. This saves so much time, thinking through on what sort of filters to put in, what sort of industries do I go after. This is one of those directions in which Prospeo is going, which is quite similar to, the plain simple English way of building lead lists on Cloud Code or on Codex on a bunch of your terminals. The second thing that I'm going to show you is AI Lookalikes. For example, I want to find a company that is similar to Salesforce, and I want to give it, I want to have it like there's a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I'm going to give it tier 3 and ask it to find lookalikes. So it's running a query and then it'll find some set of companies for me. So here it is, I have 1388 companies. So this feature was not there on Prospeo earlier. And then the usual stuff, figuring out what job titles are important for you. There's this new filter which is known as type and business model. Here, for example, we'd work on clay. We try to find out that, hey, this company is a marketplace, this company is an e-commerce company, it's a consulting company. And we'd put in some AI search to figure out from the company description and a bunch of activities that they're doing. Here within Prospeo, now you can literally just select these filters and exclude those companies, or rather include those companies. For example, sometimes in use cases, I want to only work with companies who are in the B2B, B2C segment. And here it is, you just select this and then you find those companies over here. And then there are a bunch of other, filters over here. Headcount by department, that's so important. Sometimes you want to only figure out how many accountants are there in the finance team, right? We just select the department and then we figure out how many people we want to have a look at. Headcount by location, sometimes you only want to focus on a specific location because the company is expanding in that location and you want to figure out how many people are there in that location. That's so valuable. We would do this using a bunch of AI API keys and trying to do some AI research to figure out how to find this. But now you have this data inbuilt within Prospeo. And there's a whole bunch of other AI attributes. For example, like those companies, they offer demos, they offer free trials and all. Offering free trials used to cost us so many credits. We used to literally run a scraper or, a crawler that goes onto websites and goes and has a look at the pricing tables. Now we have this built in within Prospeo. Technology is this another interesting piece. I'm not sure if this filter was there earlier, but basically you just say companies that are using, say, Zapier or, any other tool or that you want to figure out. It's really, really easy to find that out now. And then the next thing is you've got website traffic. For this, you usually go figure out some other tool that finds out how many monthly visits they're having. For example, I only want to work with companies that have over 10,000 website visitors per month. And there you go, I have 230 companies and I don't have to go figure out some other tool for this process. And then there are a bunch of other new features that have come up. For example, better ICP and targeting. For example, if you want to figure out what is Yellow.ai doing with its own customers, what sort of companies that they are targeting, this is how you do it. And then a bunch of integrations. For example, I want to figure out if they have an integration possibility with, say, Notion, right? And then I have 18 companies over here. I want to figure out if they have integration possibilities with Zapier. meaning the companies that I'm searching. I have 69 companies over here that have integrations possible with Zapier directly. Now, this is so valuable. We'll put in crawlers to go figure out this data from the website. And then you have operating languages now. Basically, I just want to say figure out languages or product languages that they support, and then want to see if they're supporting French, and I have all these companies that are supporting French. So yeah, this is really amazing, guys. And again, I'm reiterating over here, this is a whole new way of building lead lists. This is going to completely revolutionize the way we get more targeted lead lists instead of just doing spray and pray. And for that, there's a webinar on 21st of May. Link to the webinar in the comments. And then also feel free to reach out to me in case you need any help with Prospeo. Thank you so much.